You're tuned in to Voiced Thoughts Talk Show and Podcast, a forum where we discuss and explore society-based topics while advocating and providing information and resources to the community through an unscripted, unfiltered, and authentic approach. Listen on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and Apple Music. Watch us on YouTube. Join our Facebook group. Follow us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Voiced Thoughts Talk Show and Podcast, your society-based channel. Welcome to Voiced Thoughts Talk Show and Podcast. I'm your host, and my name is Danette Mahabeer-Turner. Remember, you can watch us on YouTube, you can listen on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and Apple Music. Before we get into today's episode, allow me to take the time out to highlight our sponsors. Our title sponsor, Exit Realty Key Group. Thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate in Western Kentucky? Their team is known for professionalism, heart, and getting results. Exit Realty Key Group is passionate about serving their community and helping clients make confident moves in every season of life. Follow their Facebook page, Exit Realty Key Group, to see listings, tips, and local highlights, where relationships matter as much as real estate. Our episode sponsor, Liz Courtney Photography, a luxury pageant photography studio specializing in confidence, boosting headshots, and branding imagery that helps contestants show up polished, powerful, and unforgettable. From first-time competitors to title holders, Liz creates images that doesn't just photograph well. They win introductions and open doors. Call them today, 615-879-4594, and follow on Instagram at Liz Courtney Pageants. For the moment you've all been waiting for, Season 5, Episode 3, our topic today is Hope Beyond the Battlefield. Our special guest, he's a rapper and a U.S. Army veteran. Without further ado, allow me to welcome my special guest, Ronnie Sir Duke Jones. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good. We're about to get into some really deep conversation here. And I just want to, disclaimer, Voice Thoughts, when I created that, I created Voice Thoughts Talk Show and Podcast to talk about the real issues, the real conversations, the deep things that nobody wants to talk about, right? But we all can relate to them. So I want to say thank you so much for taking the opportunity, the chance, the time to come and sit and talk to me about something so vulnerable.
Yes, it's very vulnerable.
So I want you to start telling me about your time in the military and what did you do while serving?
Well, I served 6 years, just 6 years. And in that 6 years of time, I did more than the average soldier. I fast-tracked. I managed to get my E5 sergeant within 4.5 years. Normally people can get that 5-6 years, E6 in that amount of time. So in that amount of time, I went in during wartime, served under the Obama administration. Transportation, logistics, truck driver. And most of the time, they sent us, I'm gonna put it like this, I don't even know where to start because really, Iraq, 2005 from Fort Campbell. And I spent a lot of time driving up and down, left and right, north, south, east, west in Iraq for logistical purposes of supplying forward operating bases all over Iraq. And just supplying everybody that needed us. Basically, all I did as a truck driver, on top of being a gunner and convoy security and QRF, which is quick reaction force, we just had a lot going on at one time for just one person to go through. It was in my unit at the time for them 12 months. It was probably about 20, 25 of us, and we had a lot to deal with. But it's all we had was us. So we took on a lot, just period.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Who were you back then, and how has that version of you changed today?
Back then, I didn't care. Back then, I was a young buck that before I went in, I didn't have much. So it was just like, if I go in, I just die. If I die, I just die. I don't care. So just a careless mentality. I'm going in. If I go to war, let's do it. I knew something was wrong when I actually enjoyed going outside the gate to engage something or do something out of the norm. You know, it took growth. It took a lot of growth to get to where I am now, because I was doing bar fights. I was fighting all the time. I was reckless. Drinking a lot, taking fifths to the head. Just doing stuff that you wouldn't picture me doing at all. So now I'm just a better person than I was back then.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We're just peeling away the layers of the onion right now. What made you decide to serve in the first place?
So like I said, I didn't have much going for me after high school. Didn't have support, couch hopping. I needed, I was always into music, but I needed help. They was the only ones there that had the options as far as like paying for college and, getting where I wanted to be to do the things that I wanted to do. So that was really my main thing. But along the way, I developed skills that I still carry to this day. But the real reason, it was just to help me become a better person. Even though I went through those crazy times, that's just part of it. Yeah, that's
part
just
of that. But that was your why. That was your why. Thank you for sharing that. And what was the hardest part about coming home? So now we're going to talk about, beyond the battlefield, you're coming back and becoming a civilian again. So what was the hardest part about coming home and becoming a civilian again?
Working for somebody. The military ruined it for me getting a job. I tried to get a job. I couldn't hold a job for like no more than 2 or 3 months. That's when I found the boss in me. I was like, maybe I should go ahead and try the LLC or the entrepreneur, go to school, use my GI Bill. And that was the hardest part, just trying to figure my way out, figure my way or feel my way, trying to be my own boss, because I was real rebellious, very rebellious. I wasn't listening to nobody. A boss, I was working at a warehouse at one point, and the boss come through, tell us to hurry up. I'm like, I just went through this. I don't want to do this no more. I walk off the job. Money was messed up. Went found me another job. Stayed there for about a month. Didn't like it. I probably ran through about 4 or 5 jobs before I went entrepreneur. So that was the hardest part.
And did you feel prepared for that transition when you were coming back home, or did you feel like it was just starting over?
They talked about it before we got out, but it was actually applying it was the challenge.
Right.
That was the biggest part. So
nothing could prepare you for it even.
Yeah.
Because
it was just applying it. You had to become resourceful. Mm-hmm. I was forced to become resourceful. And they don't tell you there's so many hidden benefits. That's why it's a lot of homeless veterans out there. They don't know what's really out there for them unless you are doing the research. They'll tell you a little bit of what you can get and what you have access to. They don't tell you everything. And once you get access to everything, you're good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Apart from the jobs and as you said, applying that, was there anything about civilian life that shocked you or frustrated you?
To this day, I still have triggers.
Right.
Due to the war zone, being in the war zone. There was times where I'd be driving down the highway. One of the enemy's tactics in Iraq was hanging chicken wire across the overpasses. Mind you, gunners stick up they're in the gunner's hatch, so their heads is above the truck. So you're riding down the highway, down the road, and some gunners were decapitated. So me driving, when I came back here, driving down the highway, I'm constantly looking at every overpass, like just little stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, I do have nightmares.
Wow.
I do have nightmares. It still happens. My girlfriend, I shake in my sleep and stuff. She has to pat me on my chest to calm me down. And I apologize. I'm sorry, baby. It's something I just can't get rid of. It's just a little bit. That's a tad bit of it.
Yeah.
It's still it is frustrating. The list goes on. The list goes on. I'll be here talking all day about.
Yes. And it's good that you found someone that understands your triggers and the PTSD. And so I want to kind of touch on that. So did you ever feel like people couldn't really understand what you had been through when, now you found somebody that does, but did you ever feel that way?
So like I told you, I avoid these types of conversations because it's hard to talk about. I'd rather people that I was in the military with to tell the story for me.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of hard. Now when coming back to Paducah, because when I'm here, I'm not around as many military people. Being in Clarksville, I'm surrounded by the same people. But here, when I'm doing what I do, I get looked at like I'm trying to take over. No, that's just the military in me.
Right.
So I don't talk about it. I just do what I know I'm supposed to do. And I don't really care what people think. So I just apply every piece of pressure that I have instead of trying to tell people where it comes from, why I do what I do.
And that can be misunderstood a lot of times. Was there a moment you realized this is harder than I thought it would be?
Yeah, like now. But you're talking about actually being in the military?
Just, transitioning and getting out of the battlefield, and now you're back into civilian life, and they talk to you about it. As you said, nothing could really prepare you for it.
So for me to get out with an honorable discharge, I had to go through mental health. I had to go through alcohol awareness classes, anger management. So those types of things just helped me just along the way up until now. I'm still in therapy now. I go once a month. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something about, mental health and stuff like that. So when did you first notice that the mental or emotional battles were following you home or followed you home?
Probably the same day I got out, which was back in 2011. It's crazy how PTSD works, because you think that you just, like the little 6 years that I did, you think it would go away after a certain time period. No, here I am it's 2026. I got out 2011 and I'm still bothered. So when I got out, it's just been lingering.
Yeah.
It's been lingering ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
What does a tough day look like for you mentally today? I know I'm asking all the hard questions, and I got some tissues right here if you need it. But I think there's a lot of other people who have walked the same walk, and they need to be able to relate. And you're bringing so much hope, more than you'll ever know. And I appreciate you again this is a safe space, by the way, and I appreciate you for taking the time to sit with me.
Yeah.
To go this deep.
You said a typical day. I just kind of I drown myself in work. That's why I'm sleep deprived now.
Right.
So every day, my normal day, I wake up between 3, 4, 5 o'clock. And that really sets the tone for my day, how I'm feeling. If I had a nightmare that night, I'm pretty much up for the rest of the day, And they normally hit it's crazy, between 2 and 3 in the morning. So once it hits, I kind of I just drown myself in work. Me and you sort of alike, so we dig deep in our goals and shoot for the stars. That's me trying to cover up what I'm going through. That when I was here in Paducah, my pain was in that building. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that walked through that building was my pain. So every time I hurt, I apply it to a goal. You know what I'm saying? And it's so as big as that building was and everything, that shows how much I was hurting. You know what I'm saying? All them TVs, just the whole atmosphere. I try to turn my pain into something beautiful for people to come and create. That's all.
Wow. Somebody's peeling onions, y'all. I'm gonna give you this prematurely, so if you ever need it, and I got some extras for myself right here.
Yeah, the building was just showing people that you was just walking in my pain. That's how that was.
Wow. Yeah. But in a very artistic way, by the way, because I've been there, I've done work there myself, and I mean, beauty was created from that pain. And so I commend you for that. You express a lot about, a lot of your story through rap. And I've listened to a lot of your little story snippets that you put up, and I thank you for doing that. And thank you for writing music authentically. And, I always say country music tells story, love songs tell story, but I feel like if you're not carefully listening and keenly listening to a rap song, you're going to miss. It's going to go over your head. And so I've always paid attention to your music and the lyrics, and you're very, very talented, by the way. And, you've mentioned snippets of the darkness you face. You've mentioned snippets of your struggles, your PTSD, the triggers. And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted you on this show, right? Because I know in music, you can only put so many bars, you can put so many lines, but you can't really have this kind of conversation through a song that's 3 minutes or 4 minutes long. So how did music become an outlet for you? And does creating music feel like therapy for you?
Music is my therapy because the microphone is my therapist. The microphone is my therapist. I have music goes back as far as I was 6 years old. Lost my mom at 3. So I went to music to express myself at a very young age. So even to this day, built a recording studio in Iraq in a war zone because I was in the army with other fellow artists and we needed a pastime. Back then we did have access to mail. We got packages. I ordered equipment.
Wow.
And I was so good at what I did. My unit, my leadership gave me an extra building behind where we slept to set up what we needed to set up to record. So it was just, it's something about music. It's timeless. It's the closest thing to time travel.
I love that.
Music is the closest thing to time travel because you can listen to a song and it takes you back to a moment. But it's being able to just express yourself and get it off your chest. Because at first I had a hard time talking to a therapist. I really did. I could not go in there and talk to them and say what was on my chest. So I would my catalog is crazy. Y'all have only heard probably 5% of what I got. So whenever it hits me, I'm still doing that to this day. Whenever it hits me, I go in, I press record, and I let it out, and I put it in the vault. I feel better the next day. So just music, it's really I think it's just really for myself, then to gain the attention of the outside.
Right.
But
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. And so, what do you hope other veterans hear or feel when they listen to your songs, or even specifically this episode?
I got a lot of military buddies out there rooting for me right now. Some of my guys I went to war with, they've seen what I'm connected to more of them on Instagram. And they keep telling me, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Your time is coming. Keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? You're speaking for us. You're speaking out loud. So when I get validation from them,
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Take your time. You got this.
you can't put this on.
This is going on there.
No,
Okay,
when I get validation from them, they let me know I'm doing right.
Right.
Because it's only a small group of us out there, you know, and it's a mixture of us. We black, we white, we don't even have a color. We all call each other green because we Army Green.
Right.
My green brothers, you know.
I like that.
So as long as they rooting for me, I know I'm doing the right thing. You know.
Wow.
They keep me going. There's a bunch of them. I wish I could do like a retreat to bring us all together. So might be need to do that.
Who or what became your support system?
My fellow comrades. For one, my kids. They love my music. I even had to stop cussing in my music because, you know, my close friends. I have a handful of friends here in Paducah. Larger support system outside of Paducah. Excuse me. My dad, you know, that's pretty much it.
What would you say to a veteran who's silently struggling right now?
We got phone numbers. We got connections. Become more resourceful.
Mm-hmm.
Call me. Call your comrades. Call your battle buddies. We got everything that we need out there. Go talk to somebody. It's okay to talk. It took me a long time to realize it's okay to talk. You know, we are actually here. We're a small group of people, and don't be quiet. Please don't be quiet, because when you're quiet, that's when suicide happens. That's where veteran suicide happens. They get quiet, too quiet, and then next thing you know, because they're living in their heads, go talk to somebody. That's the only thing you got right there is gonna save your life. Go talk. And next thing you know, your life could change. We all out here for each other.
I love that. What do civilians often misunderstand about veterans and PTSD?
That word, the PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, it gets thrown around loosely these days. There's people, it doesn't even take actually war to get PTSD. But one thing I realized that civilians, when you bring it up, that's a hard one right there, because I get looked at sideways a lot. And when I do get looked at sideways, I have to be like, oh, they just simply don't understand. And I have to change it up to a way that they can understand. So that's a tough one I really can't touch on, because it's two different worlds. It's like being from Mars,
Right.
being on Earth, a Martian being on Earth. So, only thing I could tell a civilian, if you ever hear somebody mention that they have PTSD, don't take it lightly. Don't take it lightly.
Yeah. Wow. And finally, Ronnie, what does hope beyond the battlefield mean to you personally?
Glory. Made it to the top. I'm at the rooftop. I'm at the mountaintop. You know, I've conquered. I've done a lot. I've traveled. I've seen a lot. You know, I've rubbed the right elbows, shook the right hands. And I finally I've pretty much achieved everything that I wanted to achieve at 40 years old. Just bought my new house.
One of your songs says, what is it? OG, pushing 40 or something like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, overcome. You can overcome anything. I'm still battling, but I'm overcoming at the same time.
I love that.
Yeah.
Hope beyond the battlefield.
Yeah.
Ronnie, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Remember, you can watch us on YouTube, listen on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and Apple Music. Be sure to join our Facebook group and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Voice Thoughts Talk Show and Podcast. Again, allow me to highlight our sponsors that make this episode possible. Our title sponsor, Exit Realty Key Group. Thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate in Western Kentucky? Their team is known for professionalism, heart, and getting results. Exit Realty Key Group is passionate about serving their community and helping clients make confident moves in every season of life. Follow their Facebook page, Exit Realty Key Group, to see listings, tips, and local highlights where relationships matter as much as real estate. Our episode sponsor, Liz Courtney Photography, a luxury pageant photography studio specializing in confidence, boosting headshots, and branding imagery that helps contestants show up polished, powerful, and unforgettable. From first-time competitors to title holders, Liz creates images that doesn't just photograph well, they win introduction and open doors. Call them today, 615-879-4594, and follow on Instagram at Liz Courtney Pageants. I've been your host. My name is Danette Mahabeer-Turner, and we will see you on the next episode. God bless.